Hello, I'm Douglas. Welcome back to That's the Moment. Today I'm excited because this weekend marks a special album release. We're about to unbox the brand new studio album from Duran Duran. This is our first studio album in 6 years since 2015's hit Paper Gods, which was a top 10 smash on both sides of the Atlantic in England and in the United States. They went on a massive tour that just kept adding dates, major festivals, and it was great because I got to see how they crossed generations, where they gained a new base of fans in addition to solidifying the love that their fan base already had for them. So, who is Duran Duran? A lot of you watching this will already know, but some of you may not be. Maybe you just know of Hungry Like the Wolf or Rio. Going back to those of us that grew up in the 1980s decade, they were so exciting. It was Beatlemania for the children of the 80s. What the Beatles meant to our parents' generations was what Duran meant to a lot of us. They were exciting, they were high energy, and they were difficult to define. Just as the Beatles were tough to define as, are they a rock band? Are they a pop band? Do they make you dance? Do they make you feel like drawing art designs? They were all of those things. And Duran Duran was maybe the first true multimedia band ever in the wake of the Beatles. I mean, there was certainly the Beatles, Bowie, but in the 80s, as a new way of exposing people to music through the medium of television called MTV, we got to see the impact that these guys had. And it gave them a new way to express themselves musically. And their videos were like miniature movies for people watching Star Wars and Raiders of the Lost Ark. This isn't where we had so many of these films. They were singular events that just changed the culture. And Duran embraced the notion of using the visual medium to tell stories with their music in yet another way. And it worked very successfully, which is why what I saw for the first time in 1983, which was the video for Union of the Snake, that fast forwards all the way into the year 2021. We're here 30 some years later, they're celebrating their 40th anniversary, and people are still talking about them on their cell phones, where we have a computer and a phone in one, where we can also watch music videos without even needing a television or MTV anymore. So styles change, style doesn't. And that's where Duran Duran comes in. Still stylish, still making impressions, and their new music video dropped this week called Anniversary. Go check it out for yourself. You're going to see a lot of faces you recognize in there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I was very excited about that, and I've seen it trending on Twitter all week. Duran Duran, Future Past, Anniversary. Little neat story, the song Anniversary was premiered on DuranDuran.com August 31st. Now, why do I remember that date? Because it's my wedding anniversary. So I was on vacation with my wife in the islands when I see trending, boom, after midnight, all of a sudden, Duran Duran's trending. Why? Their new single Anniversary had dropped, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. On my 25th anniversary with my beautiful wife, Shannon, behind the camera, we got a song called Anniversary from a beloved childhood band of ours, Duran Duran. So without further ado, let's get to the reason we're here. We're about to unbox Future Past. I picked this up last night at Barnes & Noble. You can purchase it online. You can stream it through Spotify, Apple Music. If you prefer vinyl record, you can obtain vinyl, compact disc, and this is the first Duran album made in a long time, available on cassette as well. So if you're still listening to tapes in the car, you can check out Future Past on your cassette deck as well. So this is the album cover. And this is the deluxe edition CD, which I haven't seen yet. I just unwrapped it. So here's the track list. It starts there. I've heard 4 of these songs. Invisible was the first. I love the rhythm section of that. John Taylor and Roger Taylor, bass and drums, have a very just funky disposition. And this is going back full decade before the Chili Peppers exploded in the early 90s, although they'd had a couple albums. But this isn't their story. You're going to hear some great rhythm with this album that makes you want to dance. But it rocks too. So you don't have to define yourself. A lot of us from my generation were very tribal. You're metal fans, you're classic rock fans, you're preps, you're R&B fans, whatever it was. You know, hip hop was in its infancy. There was something for everybody in the world of Duran Duran, which I liked. So Invisible's the first song, then All of You, Give It All Up. That's a second song I heard, which he played live on the Today Show on NBC. That sounded really good. Anniversary, we already went over. Future Past, Velvet Newton, Beautiful Lies, Tonight United, Wing, Nothing Legs, Nothing Less, Laughing Boy, Hammerhead featuring Ivorian Doll, Invocation, More Joy featuring Chai, and Falling featuring Mark Garson from the David Bowie Band. So let's see what we've got inside. These simple graphics, bold colors. These look like film negatives, color transposed on them. I saw somebody on Twitter today use this image from the album cover here, and with the red said, "Me during the lockdown." And then the green said, "Me listening to new Duran Duran music." That was funny. So, staying still and withdrawn, and running out to new signs of life and hope. This reminds me of the All You Need Is Now album from 2011. Another great album. The Man Who Stole a Leopard on there is a song you definitely want to check out. What's her name? Rory McCartney? I wonder if she did this too. There's Simon Le Bon, the singer of Duran Duran. John Taylor, bass guitars. Nick Rhodes, keyboards, holding a guitar. This is from the Astronaut Reunion Tour 2005. They're all holding guitars for art's sake. And Roger Taylor, drums. Missing from the current album, Andy Taylor on lead guitars. Ever the Rogue, doing his own thing. Still out there. Duran Duran is still a business. I'm sure he's still involved with publishing, but the working Duran Duran is 4/5 of the original band. Now, also on guitars of this new album is Graham Coxon, not pictured so far, but I just watched the band on Rolling Stone's interview, and Blur was from the Britpop scene in the 90s. Remember the song, Song 2? Woohoo! Da, da, when I feel heavy metal, woohoo! That guy brings the riffs to this album, so I'm excited to see what he provides with Duran's new wave sounds. So looks like we've got lyrics with this album, which is very good. We didn't have lyrics in Paper Gods. And here's the credits. And Duran Duran Future Past. So we've come to an end with the deluxe cardboard set. Let's put it in and see what it sounds like. Duran Duran Future Past. Invisible. I don't know how much that fits into modern radio, but it's a very cool sounding song. For people who always say, "Oh, I want to hear a darker Duran sound," you definitely get that with that. And it's not dark for darkness' sake. It's been a difficult year, time of COVID. A life, what do you say, a life less loud, still screaming loud, something like that. I liked it. There were some good words. I think it's a good song for the time that we're coming through now. Really like the bass on Invisible. John Taylor and Roger Taylor on the drums. The two of them sound really funky together. So for people that may be into the Red Hot Chili Peppers, sort of a funky, even like the Ohio Players, like old 70s R&B, there's a lot of funk on that track. So if you like Notorious from Duran, Invisible's a really good, fun track. I loved it. That was really great. Track 2 was All of You. Some songs have a beat that can't get out of your head. For me, that was more of a sensuous throb. One of those songs that in concert, if they play that, it's going to be bouncing up and down, bouncing up and down. Just, you can feel that through the whole song. A lot of fun. Look forward to that live. When it's all over, I give it all up for you. I love that chorus. Great Duran Duran is pushing the envelope with musical experimentation, but never coming at the expense of great songwriting. That's Duran Duran in a single statement right there. It's our time, anniversary. I love this song. That is a party anthem right there. When this song comes in concert, I'm telling you, there's going to be confetti blowing everywhere. If you've got something to celebrate, anything, that's the track right there. That song is hot. Great music video. Love the song. Real instrumentation, and it sounds so now. I don't know how Duran still sounds so fresh. Great track. Love Anniversary. I am done. We could just stop right there. The title track, song 5, Future Past, incredible. Simon Le Bon, one of the best voices of the MTV era and our generation and this generation. Just listen to Future Past. I mean, the music is incredible. Japan, such a seminal new wave band and an influence on Duran. If you love Oil on Canvas, that live album, phenomenal bass playing from Mick Karn. John Taylor owns that sound on this song. I just love it. Richard Blade, I'm calling you out. Legendary DJ from KROQ, K-Rock, Rock of the 80s in Los Angeles. That is like K-Rock in a box. The song Future Past. I love that. Thank you for the influence, all you MTV VJs, Richard Blade, Y100 Miami, all you guys had on me. We're still listening to great Duran Duran music today. That's it. On to the next track. Velvet Newton was an instrumental with some vocal passages. Hits me like the first Duran album, 1981, sort of a stark, futuristic sound. Think of it as Blade Runner 2021, but with flying cars, circa Duran Duran with the soundtrack. Very cool. I want to believe in your beautiful lives. What a great chorus. That is a dance floor anthem. Anthem. That is just like, I listened to that. I was like, I can remember being 18 years old and going to dance clubs for the first time and the disco lights and the dark rooms and just seeing the people you want to talk to across the bar, the nightclub. It just has that enthusiasm, that energy. It's just, what a sexy, fun song. I loved it. Beautiful Lies. Some of the new songs I've heard. I like that. Just listen to Tonight United. That's the last of the 4 songs that I had heard before the release of the album. I still find it a little vapid, a little lacking for me. Very simple, sort of for me, the side of disco music that I really didn't care for very much. Very simple. There's people that will like the song. It's catchy, but for me, it just doesn't sound Duran. Just a simple song, but doesn't have the trademarks of Duran that I like. But there's a break from John Taylor in the middle of... Also, I was like, whoa, there it is. So there's a redeeming moment. On to the next. We just listened to Wing, which is produced by Mark Ronson, who produced All You Need Is Now. Great song. That just really felt like I was back in the islands again. If you've ever been on vacation or resort where you're just looking over the ocean, perhaps on a cruise ship, just feeling alone with someone you love, and just, this is the anthem for that. Just a beautiful song, well sung, great lyrics. He sings about a pilgrimage of lust, bloodstained, very visual lyrics. Simon is a great writer. I mean, I had a chance to interview him in Melbourne. We had a private luncheon where a lot of fans got together and be part of a special day asking him about his career. And I had mentioned that we were in Melbourne, Florida, where Jim Morrison was born. And I asked him to indulge us with what Jim meant to him as a lyricist. And this song just hit me of just how much Simon's lyrics mean to me as much as Jim certainly meant to him. So great song, Wing. Just heard Nothing Less. Sounds like Donna Summer, I Feel Love meets Arcadia. Goodbye is Forever with Duran's first album, Waiting for the Night Boat. Just incredible synthesizer soundscapes. It's like a motion picture. It's moody but not down. Just otherworldly. It's just sounds very open. Wow, great. This whole album, Nick Rhodes is all over it, really impressing me. This is a great album, not just great songs, but love it. Let's go on to the next. Laughing Boy. Boring. In an era of 10 song albums, this would have been one left off. On to the next song. Hammerhead. Cool title, some really good performances. I don't know how much the song worked for me. Maybe a grower. Duran has those. If you're a longtime Duran fan, you know that. So, love the bass. John and Roger sound really good on it. Very 70s Japan, Bowie, very good sound. On to the next. Invocation, short and sweet instrumental, classic 80s Duran, very early 80s. On to the next. More Joy, featuring Chai, either a Japanese pop group or rock group, something like that, and they definitely are the future part of Future Past. It sounds like Duran Duran music for 12-year-olds. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's not necessarily what I'm into right now, but it sounds very contemporary. And yet, what the rhythm, like Roger, that like on the cymbals and the hi-hat, very chic and disco sounding with John on the bass. So it's very Duran, yet it's experimenting with something different for the now. And I thought it worked. Duran music for 12-year-olds in 2021. Falling. Wow. Piano. That sounded like Duran Duran making Winter Marches On in Greenwich Village. And part of To the Shore on there. Very great album ender on this deluxe edition. So what's my impression overall album? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to go 8.75. I love it. This is an incredible work. For this stage of their career, most legacy bands aren't making full-on records. Not just a great song, but a record worthy of the best in their career. Duran has done that. This is a great album. Go and buy this or stream this immediately and share it with your friends and family and tell them how much you liked it. That's it. That's the moment. Duran Duran Future Past, my album review. Tell us what you like about it, and please join us here again on That's the Moment. Please remember to like and subscribe.